I think maybe in the 2.5 months, I think it's been at least 100,000. So I was getting at the end of calls, we get a lot of people that go ahead, don't get me wrong, but I think there was a percentage that I would always wonder what, that like they're saying they need to go away and talk to their husband, or I wasn't closing them. And I would always wonder why, what happened with that? Why have I not gone ahead with that? And I would feel quite uncomfortable at the end of the call to say, right, should we go ahead? So I would feel like I would lose people, and I always almost convince them to go away and think about it and not proceed.
Mm-mm.
So because I wasn't comfortable in saying the right things to get them to proceed forward. And it was
I'm
the best,
working.
working harder and harder, chasing my tail more and more, and spending more time away from family, staying up till late, not spending the time with my children, being frustrated in those moments when I was away from work because I'm constantly thinking about why didn't that happen today? And so, like before a meeting, I'd be a little bit worried about what if they say this? How am I going to deal with that? What if they ask me a question that I don't know the answer to? And I think now it's really great going into a meeting and rather than being sat there worried and looking up things and thinking, what if they say, I need to look something up? I'm sat there enjoying a coffee before my meeting. I'm a lot more relaxed. I'm
Nice.
happier at home. It's frightening because I was doing that over probably 15 years.
Wow.
And if you add that all up
I see. Yeah, that's
over
100K
15 years,
as a
I
minimum.
I could have retired years ago. I think it's how natural it is. I don't think I expected a conversation that's all about sales and selling somebody a high ticket thing would be so natural that it would almost feel like we're not even selling it.
Mm-mm.
I just feel like I'm just having a very open, just a very casual conversation with somebody. And I can see in their eyes, I can see that when I'm talking to them. And I feel like I've got more respect from people because of the way that I'm speaking to them. And I don't think I expected that. I think I was expecting it to be a little bit more driven in terms of putting sort of subtly putting pressure on somebody, and it's really not. It's actually the absolute opposite of that. Like
Yeah.
from what you were delivering and the moments that I thought this is so different to the sales I've done before because it was natural, because it was ethical, because it felt warm. There was a warmth about you that I really enjoyed, and I didn't feel pushed into a corner that, I should really do this because you're pressuring me. And I felt like I want to work in that way, that I want to do a sales course, but I don't want it to be the cheesy,
Mm-mm.
the shouty sales that sales can be, that world can be like that. So there was that warmth there. There was obviously the knowledge there, and there were lots of moments that were like, that's me. And I think the biggest thing for me is that this isn't just another sales course. This really isn't. This is you've been there. I can WhatsApp you at any time of day or night. It's probably one of your weaknesses is that you just get involved in every, like I think you've been out on a night out and you're still messaging me and I'm having to tell you stop, just enjoy your night out. So I think that from that aspect, this isn't just a normal sales course. You've been really present. You're always encouraging me to send you things. Um, and it's given me my time back with my children. I was a really busy professional. I was constantly working, and I think it's allowed me time with children. All the things that I asked you to help me with at the start, when you tried to really listen to me and say, what do you want to achieve out of this? I think you've achieved those goals for me. And I think you've made it really personal and bespoke. It's a bespoke sales course. You're not a property deal sourcer yourself. You're not in my field, but you absolutely have made everything make sense. And I've sort of been sat there thinking, how did I even convert any the way that I was doing it before?
Wow.
So it's an absolute no-brainer, really, to go ahead.
Wow.
Having a 60% conversion rate, whereas now I probably feel like it's in the high 80s and
Wow.
I'm getting better, and that's only sort of part way in.
Mm-mm.
I I sort of feel a lot more confident walking into a meeting. And I think maybe in the 2.5 months, I think it's been at least 100,000. It has been life changing, as much as that's really cheesy. It has really been life changing because I use the same skills in sales at home. The fees that you were charging, it was just an absolute no-brainer because if I looked at the revenue that I'd lost, even just in the last month, I think the revenue just in one deal more than covered
Mm-mm.
your course and more left over. So I think my thinking was with my high ticket things, if I just sell one
Yeah.
from the 6 months of being with you, if I just sell one deal, I've paid your fees and got a bit left over to go on holiday as well.
Gets from
Yeah, definitely. Even if you think you're doing everything right, I think it's even if you had 100% sales conversions, you could see that things are going really well. Why would I do this? Um, and I think it's all about inner happiness and the pressure that we put on ourselves. I feel like the pressure's come off. It's like a pressure cooker where somebody's just released some steam, because it is sales is a very pressure cooker type environment if it's done in a particular way. And I think it's just turning the whole thing on its head.